Okay, so in this video I will do another review of a CrossPoint Fork for the XTEINK X4. This time it's called CrossInk, and this fork is very near how KOReader would look on the XTEINK. So let's remove it from my iPhone Air. On the back side of it, it works perfectly fine to have it on the back side of the iPhone Air. Fits perfectly fine. Here we see the home page, the start page of the CrossInk firmware. And as you can see, you have really nice reading stats of the book. You see percent of the book you're reading. And you can, of course, browse all your files if you want. You can see the recent books. And here you have a very nifty feature called reading stats. And they are also like, for example, KOReader's reading stats works great. The more books you read, the more stats you get, of course. And we have an OPDS browser. And that browser means that you can connect to an OPDS server, like for example Calibre on your computer. So you can browse all your books from Calibre with the OPDS browser and then download the books you want to read to the XTEINK. Exactly the same as you can in KOReader. And we have file transfers, and you can join a network, of course, a Wi-Fi network, and then you get a QR code to have a web browser open so you can see all your files on this XTEINK X4, and you can transfer files to this device. And here we have Calibre wireless support, so you can browse and send books from your Calibre library on your computer wirelessly to the XTEINK X4. And that also works exactly the same as with a Kobo or Kindle or whatever running KOReader. You can transfer books wirelessly from Calibre. Exactly the same on this. And here is a very nifty feature, create hotspot. With this you can add this as a hotspot and use, for example, a phone or a computer or whatsoever, and then transfer books that way with your phone or computer to this device. And you can delete books from this device using your phone, for example. Everything wirelessly connected between each other. And you don't need to have a Wi-Fi network or anything. You can be in the middle of the woods and create this hotspot between these two devices. It creates a direct Wi-Fi network between two devices. So you don't need to have Wi-Fi or anything. Okay, and the settings then. We have a lot of stuff for typography in this fork of CrossPoint. So I really love CrossInk. We can see here that you have the same here. You have the sunlight fading fix if you need it. We have some reader font family. We have Lexent Deca, we have Bitter, we have Share Ink. All three font families are perfect for this little device and have perfect typography. It looks gorgeous when reading. And you can set different font sizes. You see, I use extra large usually because then I don't need to have my reading glasses sometimes when reading. So that's great for me. Nothing more new here, I think. You can text anti-aliasing on off, for example, but everything else is usually as CrossPoint original firmware. Here you can remap front buttons, or you can just remap front buttons for the reader view. So you can basically do these buttons exactly as you want, left, right, forward, and so on when reading. That's pretty nifty. And you can have the short power button click as a page turn. So you can click here to do a page turn, for example. Works great. And here we have the KOReader sync feature. Yes, I know a lot of forks of CrossPoint has the KOReader sync, but this is the only fork just yet that has the latest fix for the KOReader sync. CrossPoint, the original CrossPoint firmware, have released the code for fixing the KOReader sync, but CrossPoint hasn't released an official version with that fix yet. That will be in the next official version. But this CrossInk firmware uses those latest fixes. So KOReader sync on this firmware works perfectly, 100% perfect when syncing between, for example, a Kobo, Kindle, Big Me, Onyx Books, your phone or whatever, between this device and other devices running KOReader. So that makes it perfect. So the KOReader sync finally works as it should. It syncs down to a paragraph even, so you can definitely see where you left off from the other device. And here you set up your OPDS servers, so that works also good. But let's see how it looks when reading. So if I choose this book, now I have extra large, as you see. So you don't have so much text on the same page, if you know what I mean. But down here you see a really nice look, I think. You see exactly as in KOReader, you have a progress bar. You can see percent of the battery. You can see which chapter you are on. So if, for example, the title of the chapter is something else than just the number, you will see that name here. And here you see how many pages you have read in that chapter and how many pages in total that chapter has. And here you see a percent of the whole book. And this works awesomely good when reading, I think. And now you can have some quick settings by just clicking here. You see here you have select chapter, reader options. So if we go in here, you can choose another font, for example. You can choose just to have large here, for example. Then you have a bit more text on the display. You can switch to another font, for example. You can choose a bitter, then it looks more like Bookerly, for example, as you see here, gorgeously looking. And we can also choose another font. We have the Share Ink, and this font is very much made for e-ink, if you know what I mean. So if we now look at that font, it should have very nice typography when reading. Looks very sharp, very clear font when reading, as you see. Works great. But usually I use the Lexend Deca, and I have this size of the font. So it looks like this when reading. I know it's a large text, but I think that's great for me that has reading glasses normally. So it looks really gorgeous, very sharp. I really love that. And if we now go here in again, you can see here as I can sync my progress down here. You can mark the book as finished. You can see reading stats for this book. Works great. So now if we sync this progress, we can do this. Now it connects to my KOReader sync server that I use. And here we see I recently synced this from a Big Me B7. The name is Highbreak. Big Me hasn't changed the name even for that device, but the device is Big Me B7, but here it says Highbreak. Really strange. But that is the last remote sync I have used. But here we have a better sync, upload local progress from this device. So if I upload this, it now uploads the reading progress to my KOReader units that I use for reading. So I can basically use a Kobo and read the same book. I can use a Kindle Paperwhite reading the same book, and all my other 18 devices that runs KOReader. So that works great. And by the way, you can use Readest on an iPhone or an iPad or an Android phone and sync with this too. So if I go into Readest here now and open that book, it should try to sync. Yes, you see here, it will sync to the remote. And now I am on an exact same page. Works great. So I can sync between all my devices using this. And what I mean that this is as near you can be running KOReader on XTEINK X4 is that this CrossInk firmware, it looks so great. It has the same features I use the most in KOReader. Reading stats, for example, the status bar and the font faces are gorgeous on this. You have all the wireless transfers options that you have in KOReader. You can use OPDS and Caliber and everything with this, and you can sync it with all other KOReader devices. That is what I mean, that this CrossInk firmware is so very well made that it could really be as you have KOReader on your XTEINK X4. And lastly, I will show you on my desktop cam, I will show you the web page where you find this, and I will have this in the link down below in the description text and also on my website. And here we can scroll down to see it released a new version yesterday, for example. And this is UX Julia, the only developer of this fork of CrossPoint, and she are doing a really nice work. As you see here, looks gorgeous. So I think that's it for this video. So now we can go back to my face cam and say bye.